Canada is facing an underreported crisis. Since 1980, more than 1,100 Indigenous women and girls have been murdered or gone missing. The brutal murder of a 15-year-old rallied the nation to stand up to the violence. Here's our story.
This is the Red River. It's one of the main rivers that flows right through North America. But this is the Alexander Docks in Winnipeg. So in early August 2014, August 8th, Sunday afternoon, there was a gentleman here walking with his kids, and he spotted what he believed to be a body just probably about 50 meters north of the fence here and maybe 10 meters out into the water. And he saw what he believed to be a human arm, and he alerted the police that were in the area. And what they recovered was a body of a female wrapped in a bed sheet, a duvet cover, and had been weighed down.
The remains were of a 15-year-old Aboriginal girl of Saugeen First Nation, Tina Fontaine, who had been reported missing for 9 days.
The homicide unit entered what has become a long and complicated investigation. The murder of this child, and let's not forget she was a child, has shocked and outraged our community. And I think that outrage has resonated across our nation.
Her death sparked a march through the city streets and renewed calls for a national inquiry to provide answers.
First of all, our hearts go out to family and friends of Tina Fontaine. The entire First Nations and Aboriginal communities across the country are reeling with this particularly poignant and tragic loss, but it comes on a compounded loss of so many missing and murdered over the years.
Tina's family is not the only one to struggle with loss through violence.
It takes your mind off everything, and I mean, I think of my sister every time I bead, but it's not a bad way. It's not the ugly part of what happened. It's beautiful memories of her.
At the Kanikanichik Center in the north of Winnipeg, sisters Jerry Lee Pangman and Kim McPherson have a Thursday evening ritual.
Yep, one bead at a time. We always make jokes about like beating, you know, like beat it like Michael Jackson, you know, beat it, or one beat at a time, like one day at a time. Just really nerdy jokes.
Jerry Lee and Kim are just two among dozens of women who come to the center each week, which offers support to Indigenous families affected by violence, homicide, or who have missing family members.
Because we used to be, when we were in our teens, 12, 13, we used to beat at home, right?
And same with our sister Jennifer.
Jennifer, a mother of 2, was murdered in British Columbia at the age of 41. Many families feel that not enough is done to support Aboriginal communities facing these crimes.
When our sister went missing, there was an actual error on her identity. They actually mistakenly put Caucasian. We decided we're just going to leave it as Caucasian because she'll get more attention, you know, instead of changing it to Aboriginal.
The thing with a lot of Indigenous families It's not just one tragedy, it's multiple tragedies. Like I've heard of one family where there's been 4 or 5 women that have gone missing or have been murdered.
In a quiet street of this neighborhood, there is no peace. Bernadette Smith has been searching for her half-sister Claudette for more than 7 years.
On July 24th, she was with my sister Tina, and they had said goodbye to each other at a crosswalk on Selkirk and Charles. My sister went one way, my other sister went the other way, and that was the last time anyone seen Claudette from our family. With someone who's missing, you never really know, right? It's always the wondering, you know, phone rings and it's like, is that the call to let you know? Or doorbell rings and, you know, so you're always left constantly wondering. You're always left, you know, driving past the field and thinking, you know, could she be in that field? Like, it's very difficult. Like, it's not something that you can move on and kind of heal because you have no answers. Like, there's nothing. What can you find